attorneys. Certainly, whenever we have someone come in and want to join the North Carolina Bar, we're excited about it. And I'm excited that some of the attorneys could be here. I'm especially pleased that Judge Henn could be here. When I was sworn in, my first time around prosecutor, she was here. I think I got the call because she was here. And so I'm excited today because you're gonna hear her being introduced, but this is my niece. So that's why today is different. Without further ado.
Then please, the court. I had a speech prepared, because she's not gonna have all the show, but she sent out most of the audience, so most of you are gonna realize what I'm saying, but some of you may not. This is probably one of the most significant moments in a person's lifetime. A lot of things, I mean, she could have a child, she could get married, and all those things are important, don't get me wrong. But to reach this point, to be sworn in as an attorney, is probably will be a milestone that she will never forget for so long as she lives. And not just because we feel like we're important people, you ever do, but it's the obstacles and the hurdles, trials and tribulations, blood, sweat, and tears that a person has to go to reach this 10 seconds she's gonna read an oath and we'll all get up and go out and it'll all be over. First of all, you have to have 12 years of education, grade school and high school, and you have to graduate, you have to get a diploma. You have to have a 4-year college degree, doesn't matter what degree it's in, but you have to graduate from college with at least a BS degree, so that's 4 more years of schooling. And you have to go to 3 years of law school, so that's 19 years of schooling and education to reach this point. And that's just a small portion of the journey. Because after that 19 years, you're called upon to go back to Raleigh, or in Raleigh, and take a bar exam, North Carolina bar exam. Now, some of you know what that is, and some of you may not. But it's a very intensified, under the clock, you do it by a stopwatch, you're sat in a room. In 2017, there was like 1,000 in July, and close to 1,000 in February that sat for the bar. So you're sitting in a building with close to 1,000 people. Someone's got a clock on it. You're given 100 or 200 questions, whatever the test may be, and you're to answer those questions within that time frame. If you get to the end of the test and you've got 25 questions left, you just got 25 wrong answers. So it's an intensified, it's 2 days. You go in on one day and you do a certain portion of it, you go back the next day, you do the other portion. It's an intensified test, and it's not easy. In February of 2017, in July of 2017, right at 1,000 people went into that building to take the North Carolina bar exam. And these are people who went to school here, but went to school in other states too. But you had about 1,000 people. 61% passed that bar exam. That's just a little more than half of 1,000 people who sat for that exam. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't get to this swearing in if you don't pass that exam. 61% passed it in July of 2017. 37% passed it in February of 2017. So over 60-some% of those people had to go home and prepare again to take the bar. Now that's to me is a significant, and I think it earns her a Navy SEAL badge. But this young lady didn't stop there. She went to the School of Math and Science, one of the most prestigious schools in North Carolina, in Durham, one of the most honored schools. You got to know what you're doing to get in there. Everybody don't get in. She got her bachelor's degree from NC Central University, rah-rah. She received her Master of Business. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's another year. You go to 4 years of college and you want a master's, you got to go another year, okay? So she got a Master's of Business Administration. She then went to North Carolina Central Law School, the 3 years that I just spoke to you about. She didn't stop there. She got a Master of Laws. That's another year. So we had 19, 20, 20, somewhere 23 years of schooling, 23 years of schooling. She passed the Georgia State Bar, the California State Bar. Hope she don't go back there, but she passed the California State Bar and the Georgia State Bar, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, she's gone way beyond what most of us some of us just got here by the hair of our chin and chin chin. She's gone the extra mile. This young lady is fascinating. Her mother and father, yeah, proud, I know, just can't hardly take it in. She is the daughter of Thurman and Linda Smith of Gaston. She went to School of Science and Math in Durham, graduated therefrom. She received her bachelor's degree of arts in mass communication from NC Central University. She received her master's of business administration from Keller Graduate, is that DC? School of Management in Florida, excuse me. She has a Juris Doctorate degree from North Carolina Central University. She has a Master of Laws degree from Southwestern School of Law in California. Well, she interned with Sam Barnes. That was the most excruciating part of her career. She volunteered for legal aid and is now with the volunteers as a guardian ad litem under Ms. Branch's program. She is employed as currently in the program as the program director of the paralegal program at Halifax Community College. I wondered why you're here now. Thank you. So, and that is where we come in and teach paralegal. She teaches that on-site and online. She does that, been doing that for a couple of years. She is currently licensed to practice law in Georgia and in California. And so, to that end, on behalf of the Halifax County Bar and the North Carolina State Bar, I am glad and proud to present you, Judge Branch, for the oath of attorney as a lawyer in North Carolina, Tiffany Smith.
I will so accept. I'm also probably left out the part of that being my niece. So I'm absolutely proud to have your parents want to come up and hold a Bible for you. Thank you. You'll place your left hand on the Bible and you'll raise your right, please. For the North Carolina State Bar, your oath of office as an attorney at law. And if you will repeat after me, I
Tiffany Smith,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
so help me God.
so help me God.
That I
Tiffany Smith,
do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
and authorities
which are or
or
may be established for the government thereof.
may be established for the government thereof,
And that I will endeavor
and that I will endeavor
to support,
to support,
maintain,
maintain,
and defend the Constitution of said state,
and defend the Constitution of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability,
and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. I, Tiffany Smith,
Do swear
do swear
that I will truly
that I will truly
and honestly
and honestly
demean myself
demean myself
in the practice of an attorney
in the practice of an attorney
according to the best of my knowledge
according to the best of my knowledge
and ability,
and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Very good. Very well. All right. I present to you Attorney Tiffany Smith. Your turn. I am excited, and I thank all of you. There are some people here that were invited because they were significant in her life and that we appreciate. We know that she got her start with Attorney Barnes, interning his office. And so we appreciate that. I think Miss Ann was here somewhere, and I think she supervised her as much, if not more, than Attorney Barnes, so we appreciate her. And not only did she do that, she actually kept up with her throughout the years as to how she was progressing. And so I'm awfully proud and so thankful that they allow her to intern. There are people here from the community college who gave her her first shot here. We always talk about having young people to come back to work, and there's no place for them to come back to if people are not giving them an opportunity. Dr. Griffin saw fit to give her an opportunity to work at community college, and that's what kept her here. So we hope we'll be able to keep her here, but we do thank him, and he's here in support as well. I appreciate Gardner Lytle. Attorney Boone is here. I think she was working there with her, and I know Miss Melinda as well to help shape her in terms of all of her giving back that she's been doing, and the pro bono work and all of the other things that she's been involved in since she's interned here and had her start. And so for those people, I am thankful. Her family's here, and I want to introduce, because most people don't know, Linda, if you'll stand, that's her mom. That's my twin. That's my sister. So this is about as close to my daughter as I can get. And she had to work today and come here, but this is my twin, is her mom and Thurman. Her husband and Tiffany's father. He's a twin as well. He wasn't able to be here today, but Thurman is a twin, and my sister, of course, we're twins. And one of the twin children, Antoine, you all know him as a clerk in Northampton County. And so, anyway, this is her family. We are so very proud of them, and I know it was costly, but you got it this far, so we appreciate it, and she's daddy's girl. And last of all, I do want to acknowledge my aunt. This is the only living aunt that we have on my mother's side, even on my father's side. Some of you may know her for years and years as a nurse at the local hospital there. But this is my family, and I'm so proud of this day, and so proud of having all of you all to come. And so with that, I'll leave the floor, and I would like for some of the attorneys to give some remarks, some bit of wisdom or advice, and we'll have Judge Henry, if she would give her remarks, a bit of advice. And we'll close with the family in their own way. And I see George, the uncle, over there, and that's one of his favorites, so you know he was gonna take off to be here today because it's, you know, Tiffany is here today. And so, thank all of you family, and thank all of your court staff, and I'll leave it now to Judge Henry and the attorneys for their own bit of wisdom.
Well, I'm gonna give my bit of wisdom first in case it would be repeated by some of the attorneys. First of all, I wanna say welcome.
Thank you.
You have an excellent role model, and you have, it's obvious that you have taken advantage of her. And other than that, I want to say is please stay in Halifax County. It is, or in the 6th Judicial Bar. It'll be very rewarding to you if you do that. And I will tell you that I am here and would offer you any assistance that you may need. Please do not ever hesitate to call me or to contact me. I love talking to young lawyers, and I'm happy to have you. We're just very happy to have you here in the bar with us.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And you have to introduce yourself. I think it's our bar president actually, but you can introduce yourselves and what bit that you would like, and hopefully we'll get a chance. I think there are some refreshments in the other room, so you'll get to have something to eat too. You all want a minute to think. We have two that were already here, they'd like to go first. If you don't care to, certainly you'll have a chance to talk to her.
My name is Franklin Jones, and just like to welcome you, Tiffany, to being an attorney. It is an honor, as Mr. Barnes said, and it's a great opportunity to serve. there's a quote by John Adams, and I wish I could say it verbatim, but he just talks about, it's such a blessing to have all this knowledge that you've been studying all these many years and be able to share it with people that don't have that knowledge and be able to help them. And I think the thing that struck me was maybe the most surprising thing after going through law school, which can be a little cutthroat, is that when you come into a place like Halifax County, especially the collegial atmosphere and the way the lawyers are willing to help you. So I'd echo what Judge Hinton said, that the attorneys and judges and whatnot are always open and willing to answer questions that you might have and help you. So we welcome you and good luck.
Thank you.
Hi Tiffany, I'm Charlotte Dover. We've met before. I'm a former attorney with Legal Aid of North Carolina. Now I'm out on my own. The best advice I can give you is be who you is. Because if you ain't who you is, you ain't who you ain't. You've laid a great foundation of hard work. You have a beautiful personality. Let that shine through in your work. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
I was gonna think about that, be who you is. I'm glad you followed that. Dr. Griffin back there cringing. Judge Hinton is an English major. We were like, be who you is. We like that. We like that. That's all right. And I forgot there's an Uncle Ronald. That's everybody's go-to in Gaston, North Carolina. If you haven't met him, I don't know why you haven't if you haven't met him. It's Ronald Smith. That's brother to Thurman Smith. That's an uncle that we go to and call on a lot. Oh, this floor is open.
I'm Thomas Dixon. I'm another one of the attorneys in Halifax County. We'd like to welcome you, congratulate you for joining us. It can be a lot of fun. Just find something that you want to do. The area of law, because being down there in the jail in the afternoons and the evenings isn't always the best part, but being in the courtroom, I enjoy it. So find something that you like to do and good luck at it.
Thank you.
My name is Jeff Davis. I'm with Chichester Law Office in Renwick Rapids. Congratulations, first of all. I know you've probably heard that more than once, but you have a real opportunity, and I'm sure you've heard this. I know I just walked in, but you have a real opportunity to do some good in Halifax County because we do have so few attorneys. There is always a need for more representation in every area of law in Halifax County. So whatever area you choose to go into, wherever you choose to put your efforts, it's needed. And I wish you the best with it. It's very different from law school. I know that Tom and I are that experience is a little fresher in our minds than maybe some others in the courtroom, but it is very different going out and having to maintain an office and get to court and all that kind of stuff. But you have a real opportunity to do some good and help some people out.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
My name is Anthony Strickland. I'm a criminal defense attorney here primarily in Halifax County. Just to let you know, like I said, once again, congratulations. I'm born and raised here. If I can ever help you out, my door is always open. As Mr. Davis and Mr. Dixon said, try to find your niche, be very good at it. I haven't quite found mine yet because I do criminal, I do child support, I do juvenile delinquency, I do abuse and neglect, I do involuntary commitments, I do competency hearings. So I've got a little bit of a lot of spoons in the soup. I just haven't got the right one yet, but I'm working on it. So
Okay.
if you decide to do any of those, any questions, my office door is always open.
Thank you. I'm Dana Southern. We actually met and talked a bit in the back, but formally I'm Dana Southern. I'm the attorney for the Halifax County Department of Social Services. And so I have found my niche. I found it about 15 years ago. I do love what I do. So if you ever have any questions in the area of juvenile law, I can't go far outside that realm right now. My door's always open as well. Feel free, and you do have a very good role model, so you have a good start there. So Thank you.
I think we have Mr. Logan just signed up. He's from the DA's office.
Hey, John Logan,
And,
I am with the
which is
DA's
kind of
office.
different. The others are defense attorneys, and he's from the DA's. I think we have another defense attorney back there who's gonna say a few words as well. So,
I'm a little bit different. I work with the DA's office. I'm one of the few here that aren't in private practice. won't probably working with you unless you do criminal law. If you do decide to do criminal law, you sounds like you have a very good background and you have a lot of support and a lot of knowledge surrounding you and Mr. Barnes and Judge Branch. So look forward to seeing you either in the courtroom or outside the courtroom and around the courthouse. Sounds like you're gonna have a great career, and I can't wait to go along with you since I just started here about a year ago myself. I'm a fairly new attorney, a little bit newer, probably than anybody else in here other than you. But look forward to having our careers kind of go side by side, maybe in different rounds, but here in Halifax. So thank you, welcome.
Tiffany, I'm Jay Walker. I'm a lawyer from Roanoke Rapids. Used to be a young lawyer like you, but I'm not anymore. Stay here, practice law long enough, you'll get to be an old lawyer like some of us that have been here. I've been here going on 26 years now. My office is in Roanoke Rapids. I primarily do criminal defense and domestic and a few other general civil things. This is a good bar. People are friendly, helpful. When I was new, I got a lot of help from the older lawyers, and I appreciated it a lot. The clerk's office, the people that work in the clerk's office, the women are very, very helpful also. They'll critique you, they'll tell you what you did wrong, what you did right, what you don't need to ever do again. But they do it in a nice way, a helpful way, and I appreciated them doing that, and they continue to do that even today. If there's anything that anybody can do to help you, they'll certainly do that. Some of the younger lawyers call on me and ask questions and ask for forms and things that they know that I've done for many years, and I always am glad to provide that information and helpful information for them. And then as just even some of the lawyers that have been here for a while, we talk, we get together sometimes in the law library and other places, or just communicate by phone or email, and nobody's ever, been unwilling to do that. So if you decide that you're going to remain here, it's a good place to be. It's an easier place to get in touch with lawyers than, say, a larger city like Raleigh or Charlotte or places like that. So you'll never have any problem getting help or asking questions, and of course I'm always available to do that. And if you need anything, I'll be happy to help you in any way I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. I see Attorney Sonny, I guess we just caught him off guard. He was like, what's going on? What's going on? I think we called Attorney Davis and Attorney Dixon off guard. We were swearing in my niece, and we were asking if there were any words of wisdom or tidbits that you'd like to share. Certainly feel free to do so. If not, she's gonna be around for a little while. But feel free.
Welcome to Halifax County. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and if anything I can do to help you, I'm always available.
Okay. Attorney Jamal Sonny practiced this in Northampton. Now, if the clerks and assistants, this is my administrative assistant, Ms. Penny, if you haven't met her, stand up, please. Clerks, stand up, please, remain standing. Clerks, stand up, remain standing. And assistants, if you'll stand up, Ms. Bobby, Ms. Bobby should stand up. All right, now, and Ms. Danielle and Ms. Latoya. Now, the reason I had these people to stand up is because what Judge Henry will tell you, what I can tell you, is that this is your backbone right here. And it was alluded to earlier, and I saved it for last. Mindful how you treat them, mindful what you asked of them. Same thing with Mr. Smith, he's in Northampton County Clerk's office. Mind how you treat them. These are the people that will help you correct your mistakes. These are the ones that will give you that phone call. These are the people that will come and help you when you're in a bind, you're in a pinch, things that you don't know. Oftentimes they're gonna know, and sometimes you will find the clerk's gonna know as much or more law than what you know. And so just be mindful how you treat all of your clerks and your assistants, because these people make your backbone. And so I wanted to say that. Oh yeah, I got that. Thank you. So just make sure that as you go forward, just know the lawyers are important, judges are important, all of us, we have our role. But even judges, some of the stuff you can get into, judges can't get you out of it. But they can catch it and nip it in the bud for you. Okay? So you wanna holler out your names or anything?
I'm Lisa Turner,
Say
clerk's
anything.
office for 18 years.
I'm Danielle Moore. I work with Judge Branch for family court.
Bobby Sue Hooks, I work for Dana Southern at DSS.
Latoya Simmons, so with Just Precious Family Work.
I'm Christy, and we've known each other our whole life, so we know.
They're adventure buddies, go on trips together.
I'm Penny, of course, you know me, we spoke a couple of times previously, congratulations and best of luck. Wish you all the best in your accomplishments.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, guys. And babe, stand please.
Well, she remembers me. I'm Jeff Cowan. I'll let you in the back.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
They will take care of you on the bench. You never have to leave. They'll take care of you and everything. Won't let anybody bother you. And they will. And if you do something and people start talking about you, they'll come and pull you aside. You might want to think about doing that the next time. They'll tell you when people talk bad about you, because they hear everything. All right. Thank all of you so much. Now we've had our say. Anything that you like to say, we leave the floor open to you and your family and your guests.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it, and I thank for you. I thank you for the words of wisdom. I did want to say that we have refreshments is in the grand jury room, so if you guys want to head out that way, we'll be more than happy to serve you.
And she's more in tune with Attorney Jones and Attorney Walker. If you hadn't noticed already, she didn't want any fanfare. She didn't want a reception. She didn't want to do anything. Let's just do it and just leave. Like, no, you got to meet people. And so she's more low-keyed in that way. So anything from family, comments, anybody?
Thank you all so much. From my husband and myself, this has not been a short journey. It's been a long journey. and we do not want to ever hear her saying she's going back to California.
We don't either.
That was a hard couple of years for us, having your baby out there, nobody but her. She's in school and things happen. You can't get to her. You got a 6-hour flight, and I said, just come back to North Carolina. If you get back here, we can get you in a few hours. But that's a no-no. Okay, but we love you. We're proud of you. Continue to grow and strive and do. And first of all, and I know I heard a lot of stuff, but what we want you to do is to put the Lord first. Absolutely. You know, because if you are in line with His will for you, and I tell you all that, if you are in line with His will for your life, believe me, you will do what it is that you want. That you was it would be boundless or endless how you can grow in your endeavors. And we love you.